Hello everyone, Robert Burston here for Earth 103, Module 2 Capstone assignment. Today I will be focusing on extreme storms. With the strength of all types of severe storms on the rise, and the forecasted either to remain the same strength or get stronger, it is unproven at this point if climate change has any real effect on the strength and frequency of thunderstorms, tornadoes, and hurricanes and typhoons. But we do know that the majority of the planet is warming up. The planet being warm does not affect the frequency of the storms, but could be connected to their power level. The main threat of the powerful storms is the aftermath of them, and more powerful storms equal more damaging effects, which can lead to more lives at risk and more deaths, as well as the cost of building or rebuilding whole communities that the storms hit. The places affected by these storms can be almost anywhere on Earth, so in an attempt to narrow down the areas that will be affected the most, I'll focus more on hurricanes and typhoons while trying to focus on North America and the Caribbean. So with the Caribbean and North America being our main focus, as we have seen that Hurricane Katrina really affected, as well as Hurricane Harvey, which affected Texas. We also have to focus on not just the Gulf hurricanes, but we also have to focus on the ones that go up the East Coast. Sandy is probably the best, most recent example that we have for that. I actually have family that live in or on Long Island, and Sandy drastically affected them up there. It was actually pretty horrific, the damages and the flooding that happened just all the way up there. Either way, while the strength of the storms have increased, the locations of them are pretty much the same. The northern hemisphere generally receives more hurricanes and tropical storms than the southern hemisphere, with eastern Asia and both coasts of the Americas being affected the most by them, as well as the Caribbean. That does not mean that the southern hemisphere doesn't receive any storms at all. New Zealand and Western Australia see their fair share of storms as well, while Tasmania does get hit from time to time. What is the solution, you ask? Well, that's not exactly clear at this time, unfortunately. Where there have been studies that say that the increase of power of these storms is not directly related to climate change, and there have been studies that say that climate change might be the reason. Either way, the whole planet is warming up, causing numerous problems for all animal species, and yes, that includes us, as well as plant life. Tackling that issue might help in the long run, even if it doesn't directly affect the severity of these storms. Well, thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.